1 hour rule. Building a better you, 1 hour at a time. Don't wish it was easier, wish you were better. Don't wish for less problems, wish for more skills. Jim Rohn. Jim Rohn was a pioneer in the personal development industry, a man who mentored the likes of Tony Robbins and inspired millions across the globe with his timeless wisdom. One of his most profound yet practical pieces of advice revolves around what is now commonly called the 1 hour rule. At first glance, it seems almost too simple. Dedicate 1 hour each day to self-education and personal growth. That's it. But don't mistake simplicity for insignificance. This one rule has the power to transform your life if practiced consistently and with intention. In this chapter, we're going to explore what the 1 hour rule really means, how to apply it, why it works so well, and how it can fundamentally change your results in life, work, and relationships. 1. What is the 1 hour rule? The 1 hour rule, as explained by Jim Rohn, is the practice of intentionally spending 1 hour a day, every day, learning, growing, and improving yourself. This hour isn't for working harder at your job and cleaning the house or replying to emails. It's not passive entertainment or social media scrolling. It is a dedicated time block to build your mind, sharpen your skills, and grow your character. Here's what that hour might look like. Reading a non-fiction book that teaches you something new. Listening to an educational podcast or audiobook. Studying your field, industry, or market. Practicing a key skill you want to master. Journaling to reflect on your life and goals. Watching a seminar, lecture, or online course. Reviewing your finances and planning your future. The goal is not to cram as much information as possible, but to build the habit of growth. Over time, this hour becomes a cornerstone habit, one that lifts every other area of your life. 2. Why 1 hour? Why not more or less? Jim Rohn believed in daily disciplines, small, consistent efforts over time that compound into extraordinary results. 1 hour is significant enough to make real progress, but manageable enough that anyone can do it. We all get 24 hours a day. Subtract work, sleep, and basic life necessities, and most people still find time to watch TV, scroll their phones, or engage in mindless activities. If we redirect just one of those hours, everything can change. Let's do some math. 1 hour a day, 7 hours a week, 7 hours a week, 365 hours a year, 365 hours a year. Over 9 full work weeks dedicated to personal growth. Imagine what you could become with over 9 weeks of focused learning each year. Most people never give themselves that chance. 3. What should you do with that hour? The beauty of the 1 hour rule is its flexibility. You choose what to focus on based on your goals and interests. Here are some ideas broken down into different focus areas. 1. Career growth. Read books or articles on your profession or industry. Learn a new tool, software, or methodology relevant to your job. Watch TED Talks or take an online course from platforms like Coursera or Udemy. 2. Financial education. Study budgeting, investing, or wealth-building strategies. Read books like Rich Dad, Poor Dad or The Millionaire Next Door. Listen to financial podcasts. 3. Health and wellness. Learn about nutrition, exercise, or stress management. Watch expert interviews or documentaries on health. Practice yoga, meditation, or mindfulness. 4. Relationships and communication. Read books on emotional intelligence or communication. Watch videos or listen to experts on relationships. Practice journaling to better understand yourself and others. 5. Personal development and mindset. Read classic self-help books. Jim Rohn, Napoleon Hill, James Clear. Listen to motivational talks or philosophy. Write down affirmations, goals, and daily reflections. No matter your goals, there's something valuable you can focus on each day. 4. How the 1-hour rule changes your life. Let's explore the real-world impact of applying this rule. 1. You become more valuable. In any market, people are paid for the value they bring. When you learn more, you think better. When you think better, you make better decisions. That raises your value, not just in your career, but in your community and relationships. 2. You gain clarity. Spending time each day thinking, reflecting, and planning allows you to step back from the noise of daily life. You begin to see your long-term goals more clearly. You stop reacting and start directing your life with intention. 3. You develop confidence. Knowledge builds confidence. When you know more, you feel more secure in your decisions, and you're less likely to be swayed by uncertainty or other people's opinions. 4. You build momentum. 1 hour of growth every day leads to progress, and progress leads to motivation. You begin to feel momentum. You start seeing results. You get hooked, not on the dopamine of distraction, but on the fulfillment of becoming your best self. Most people stop learning after school. They become stagnant. If you commit to growing every day, even just for an hour, you separate yourself from the crowd. You develop a competitive advantage that few can match. 5. Overcoming resistance. Common excuses and solutions. Like any worthwhile habit, the 1-hour rule can be challenged by excuses. Let's look at a few and how to deal with them. I don't have time. Everyone has time. It's about priorities. Start with just 15 minutes and build up. Use idle time, commutes, breaks, waiting rooms, to listen or read. Wake up an hour earlier if necessary. I don't know what to study. Start with your goals. What do you want more of in life? Money, health, peace of mind? There's content for every goal. Begin with personal development classics or educational YouTube channels. I forget or lose motivation. Set a recurring reminder. Pair your hour with a habit, e.g., after breakfast. Track your streak. Get an accountability partner. Motivation follows action. Just get started. 6. A real-life example. Jim Rohn often told the story of how his life changed at age 25 when he met a mentor named Earl Schoff. Schoff challenged him to start reading, thinking, and planning every day. He taught Rohn the discipline of daily learning, something Rohn committed to for the rest of his life. Over the next few years, Jim Rohn went from broke and aimless to becoming a millionaire in his early 30s. The difference wasn't in luck, it was in the shift of how he spent his time, especially that precious, deliberate 1 hour per day. 7. Your life, 1 hour at a time. The 1-hour rule is simple but profound. It says, you are worth investing in. Your future is worth building today. You don't have to read 100 books a year. You don't need to become an expert overnight. All you need is a quiet hour, a curious mind, and a commitment to be better than you were yesterday. Give yourself the gift of growth, not for someone else's approval, not to impress the world, but because you matter. Your goals matter. Your future matters. 1 hour, every day, just for you. Reflection questions. 1. What are your top 3 areas of life you want to improve? 2. How could you dedicate 1 hour each day to learning or growing in those areas? 3. What would your life look like a year from now if you practiced the 1 hour rule daily?